We are live, and this is on the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatrons, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Pyephreius B Metatron, your hostess with the mostest, and today is a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And for everybody that is listening to this live, watching this live, however and wherever you may be connected, I want you to take a moment and repeat this after me. Today is a great day to be me. You know, every day is a great day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And you guys know what I say. Make this mantra part of your daily life and do the things that the mantra calls for. And your life will get better each and every day exponentially. I'm thankful and grateful for everyone that is here today. It is a beautiful, beautiful moment, a beautiful, beautiful experience, a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. I saw someone in the store yesterday and asked me how I was doing, and I told him today was a great day to be me. And he mentioned something else, and I said, you know what? Every day on this side of the dirt, is a good damn day. Regardless of what you're going through, what the situation, circumstances, or events are, every day on this side of the dirt is a great day. Again, I'm thankful and grateful for everyone that is here. We are going to run straight on into today's regularly scheduled programming. Today is January 26, 2023. This is in my series on Mastered Self Chakra Consciousness. It is our 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time regularly scheduled program. And today we will be going over number 1, owning your body. Number 2, being well. And number 3, letting go of illness. Owning your body, being well, and letting go of illness. Want to give you guys just a little quick story. May 1st, 2009, I was diagnosed with some bad actors on my colon. I was brought into a doctor's office, and the doctor was looking gloomy, the nurse was looking gloomy, and the receptionist was looking gloomy. And when they sat me down and told me the extent of what they had found in my body, I immediately smiled and said, all right, let's beat this shit. What transpired and what is continually transpiring for me is my march well into natural health and healing. Now, before I go any further, I have not been to medical school. I have not taken any courses concerning medicine and those things. And I am not claiming to be able to heal anything. Let's get that out of the way. Pyephreius B Metatron is not claiming to be able to heal anything. Okay, the legal disclaimer is out of the way. What we are going to discuss and what we are going to learn and what we are going to perform is putting ourselves back in the ownership position of our body, thereby putting our bodies back in the position of being able to heal itself. Doctor said I had X amount of cancer, enough to kill 2 or 3 guys. I left that office and went on a esoteric journey, a natural health journey, that 8 weeks after the initial diagnoses and after 2 colonoscopies, there was no more cancer in my body. That was 2009, 2011. It came back, not as strong as in 2009. I beat it back, and then again in 2013, did its last little appearance as far as intensity and the gravity of the ailment. And since 2015, I have not had any of those bad actors collect on my colon. And I know for a fact that my body healed itself. My body healed itself. I did some exercises and techniques and methods, natural health exercises, techniques, and methods to ensure that my body would be able to participate in that portion of the natural health and healing. And I am here to state unequivocally that anybody that is watching this or listening to this or comes across this, your body can heal itself. There are things that each one of us individually has to do to ensure that natural healing process is constant and consistent. However, your body can and will heal itself. Any comments, any questions before I dive a little deeper into this subject this afternoon? Nope. All right. So as I said, this is Master Self Chakra Consciousness, January 26, 2023, at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, regularly scheduled program. Today is owning your body, being well, and letting go of illness. Awakening to the awareness of your physical body is vitally important and a necessary daily practice that we should consistently perform. Becoming intimate, familiar, and engaged with your body can be the most effective way and mean of attaining and maintaining your natural health, wellness, and any natural healing. Many people are walking around in their physical bodies as prisoners or inmates, not having any say-so in what goes on and having to be subject to whatever happens. The good, which most of us never complain about, the not so good, the bad, the ugly, and the unexpected. Many people walk around as foreigners in their own bodies. Oh man, let's stop right there for a second. Anybody ever felt like a foreigner in their own body? I know I've had a relationship once where I came home and I felt like a foreigner in my own house, but Yeah, has anybody feel like a prisoner to their body or inmate to their body? I know when I was in the terrible throes of my episodes, 2007, 2008, in the lead up to the cancer diagnosis in 2009, I know that when a certain thing happened, when I had that certain violent bowel movement, that I became a prisoner of my body. I was held hostage by my body. I was an inmate. Maybe I should say the body was the prison and I was the inmate. I was confined to my body, which at the time felt like a prison. Anybody can relate? I know some of us have some things that are lingering in our personal lives and in our bodies and health wise right now, but has anyone ever felt that the body was the prison and you were the inmate? Yes, Deidre, I see where you chimed in. Many people walk around as foreigners in their own bodies, not knowing the inner workings of it and not even being able to recognize their own physical bodies. You guys may think that that is an outlandish statement. However, a lot of folks would not and could not recognize their own physical bodies if you took a picture of them naked and left the head off. There's some things about my body that I truly love. And then there is a certain area of my body that I'm just like, but I'm smiling, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do something about you. I believe because I am intimate and familiar and engaged with my body that I would be able to recognize my physical body. If somebody took a picture of me naked and they just cut the head off, I believe I would be able to recognize my own physical body. As I said, since May 1st of 2009, I have gotten really intimate and really familiar and really engaged with my body as a matter of survival. I knew I did not want to become a prisoner or inmate to it. And I also knew that I did not want to become a prisoner or inmate to what the doctors were going to have me do. There is a better and a more natural way to attain and maintain your health and wellness. And there is a natural healing mechanism in each and every one of us. You ever marvel at the amazing healing capabilities of our bodies? You ever take time out to look at it like you cut your finger, cut it real good, and blood is coming out and all of that, but you stop the bleeding and you put some witch hazel or tea tree oil or something on it, and then it's real sore to the touch. Well, the healing begins immediately after the injury. You look at it the next day and the cut is not as open as it was. You can already begin to see your skin starting to pull together, starting to close that wound. I've cut fingers and I still got The feeling in my fingers. After another day or two, you might be able to even start tapping your finger on the table. Anybody ever had teeth pulled? I have. First thing, immediately when the tooth was pulled, I felt the relief, but then you got a big ass hole top of your mouth or the bottom of your mouth. And the amazing thing that happens with that area, once that tooth has been pulled out and once any infection or anything that is foreign or not supposed to be in there has been removed, that thing that happens immediately is the healing begins. They pull the tooth out, you don't have to do anything but just wash out your mouth and make sure nothing gets in that hole. And in a couple of days to a week, that hole will be closed. The most amazing shit I've ever seen. The hole will be closed. Anybody that played sports, watches sports, especially watch football, might have saw one of the games this past weekend where a quarterback for the Chiefs went out of the game with a high ankle sprain. If you played any sports, you know that a high ankle sprain can knock you out for weeks up to months. This happened on Saturday. He had a high ankle sprain. Now, he's got the best of trainers and the best of equipment and the best of treatment, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days later, he was up walking around at practice, throwing the ball around like it wasn't even nothing. Yes, he's had advanced treatment. Yes, he's had high-priced treatment, but yes, his body did what it's supposed to do. This exercise technique and method of reacquainting yourself with your physical body is actually the beginning of reestablishing you as the owner of your physical body and space. And to remind you that regardless of what your always chattering mind might say to the contrary, your physical body belongs to you. Your physical body belongs to you. Any comments, any questions so far? All right. We all understand the concept of ownership. Anybody on here not understand the concept of ownership? We all understand the concept of ownership, especially when it comes to material things such as homes, cars, appliances, tools, books, clothes, jewelry, computers, cell phones, etc., and most everything else that is considered a material possession. We all also understand that there can be, should be, and is ownership of our non-material things, such as our attitudes, emotions, actions, and reactions, although these are much harder to admittedly own and therefore seem to be relegated to the state of it is what it is, or something to that effect. Simply stated, to own something means that you have made that something completely and totally yours, unencumbered and unattached from all outside influences and interruptions. Famous little saying that be going around. I like to say it because I've been doing this for a while. Own your shit, man. Whatever your toxic shit is, own it. Whatever your dysfunctional shit is, own it. Whatever your fearful shit is, own it. Whatever your myopic shit is, own it. Whatever your good shit is, whatever your positive shit is, whatever your affirming shit, whatever all of your shit is, own it. Simply stated, to own something means that you have made that something, that thing, completely and totally yours, unencumbered and unattached from all outside influences and interruptions, meaning nobody from the outside, nothing from the outside can come in and take that from you. Nobody can come in and take my I don't give a fuck about whatever attitude. Nobody could come in and take that from me. That's mine. I own that. I own my attitudes. I own my appetites. I own my emotions. I own my actions. I own my reactions. They may not always be conducive to great communication. They may not always be conducive to healthy and harmonious relationships. They may not always be conducive to warm and fuzzy and sunny disposition. All of that can be true. I still own them. When it comes to our physical bodies, there may be parts of our physical bodies that we have never fully or really owned. And that can be due to many factors. Parents that teach children how to walk may still have some ownership of your legs. Or if they teach you how to talk, they may still have some ownership over your voice. Or if you think, feel, or believe that some part of your body is unattractive, nasty, or in some other way unclean, you may have never truly occupied those areas, therefore making ownership of them difficult. Anybody on here has anything about their physical body that you think, feel, or believe is unattractive, nasty, or in some other way unclean or unfit? You don't have to acknowledge yourself. You can keep that to yourself. I know, because I got a couple of things that, yeah, I feel some type of way about my physical body. I sure do. I own them though. So because I own them, it is up to me to either like them the way they are or do something to change it. It's not for me to complain about it. It's not for me to get all blown out of proportion about it. Yes, Victorious.
I know I'm late to class, but I had to finish work. But I'm kind of chiming in, and it's interesting that you say that. And what I find to be really ironic is that I gained 20 pounds during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, I became a little disgusted with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I started to own it and appreciate myself at whatever size that I was, magically the weight started to fall off.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I did things to participate in the weight loss, but and catching COVID didn't helped a little bit. So I have lost 11 pounds, but I was already on my weight loss journey before the illness and then a couple more pounds. But I say all that to say is that when you learn to love yourself at whatever size you are, imperfections you have, you'd be surprised at how it can just how it shows up for you.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
just wanted to share that.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any areas of your physical body that you have not fully and completely owned are the areas in which blocks may occur when you attempt to run sidereal and earth energy through them. So take our minds back to some of the meditations that we've done. Take your minds to your own meditations and some things that you have endeavored to do on your own. And think about some areas that may have been blocked or some things that may have been blocked, and look at them through this lens now. Instead of thinking that you didn't do the process right, or that you just couldn't get the concept down, think about it in the way that maybe I don't own that part of my body. Maybe I'm not pleased and I avoid it, and my energy in that area is weak. Any areas of our physical body that you have not fully and completely owned are the areas in which blocks may occur when you attempt to run sidereal, cosmic, and earth energy through them. These are the areas where you will be unconscious or sleep most often. And they are also the areas where physical ailments, illness, and dis-ease are most likely to manifest. Y'all hear that? These are, I said, any areas of our physical body that we have not fully and completely owned are areas in which blocks may occur. And these are the areas where we will be unconscious or sleep most often. And they are also areas where physical ailments, illnesses, and dis-ease are most likely to manifest. When I got my diagnosis on May 1st, 2009, and doctor began to explain to me where the root cause or where the end result of my situation was manifesting, my colon, I immediately started learning everything I could about the colon. Immediately. I didn't go through the woe is me. And first of all, whatever the doctor was telling me, I already had checked my cards and checked the stars and checked numbers and all that. It wasn't my time to check out. So I wasn't even trying to hear that bullshit. That wasn't even a thought. My first thought was, all right, you see, I got issues with my colon. I'm going to fix my own colon. I've overcome many things that folks have said that you normally just couldn't come through or over that just by willpower, just by sheer willpower. So I already knew that there was something inside of me that was like, yeah, okay, we recognize what it is. Tell me what it is. Tell me where it's at. And then I'm going to attack it and get that shit up out of here. Now, I was at the beginning of this natural health kick that day. However, everything that I'm sharing with you guys is shit that has been in me since I incarnated, and I leaned on what I already knew. And I trusted my own intuition more than I trusted the doctor, that all he wanted to do was keep me coming back once a month and keep hitting my insurance company up for whatever he could. There's no money in the cure, you guys. There's money in treating the symptoms, but there is no money in the cure. And everybody that is subject to this capitalistic society, we know one thing: money makes that shit run. These are the areas where you will be unconscious or sleep most often, and they are also the areas where physical ailments, illness, and dis-ease are most likely to manifest. Your aura around these areas may be wispy, it may be very thin, or virtually non-existent. Remember this above everything else, y'all. Remember this. You are the king or queen of your castle, of your physical domain, which is your physical body. To take full control of or own your physical domain begins with constant and consistent grounding of yourself. I know we all want to learn exercises and learn techniques that would have someone thinking of us as a magician, or you want to levitate and you want to bilocate and you want to astral travel and all of that. The best and most important gift that we all can learn is learn how to be constant and consistent in grounding ourselves. The following is an exercise technique and method that is designed to allow you to take full and complete control of your physical body. Any questions before I get into this? Anybody want to ask anything before I get off into this? No? All right, all right. As always, number one, we do our grounding, centering, and the opening and closing of our chakras, that opening breath work meditation that I do that for yourself and take as much time as you need until you feel comfortable. I normally do this for us between 16 and 25 minutes, just for the sake of time and not really wanting folks to fall asleep on this before we even get started. That opening breath work meditation, if it takes 47, 50, 53, 61 minutes to do, take that time. Please do not rush through it. And again, what I do in the beginning of the show is just a guide and an example. Wherever it calls for you to do the astral float sequence for 2 minutes, do it for 2 minutes. I normally hold us here for the manifesting 16 seconds, but do it for 2 minutes. Take your time to ground yourself, center yourself, and open and close those chakras until you feel comfortable. Number two, put your energy, attention, and focus in your toes. Now, before we even take the 5 deep breaths, I talk about, I do a little quickie, start at your toes, wiggle them around, feel the energy go in your arches, bounce up those heels, in and out with the knees and all of that. Well, that exercise that I do is an abbreviated version of the exercise that I'm getting ready to explain to you right now. So after you have grounded yourself, after you centered yourself and done that opening, closing of the chakras, that opening breathwork meditation, and you're comfortable, then put your energy, attention, and focus in your toes. Now, be purposeful in checking in with your toes. Don't just give it lip service. Yeah, my energy, attention, focus in my toes, and your brain is all la, 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 and you thinking about the bill that you got to pay or somebody who just cut you off. And no. This is your physical body, the only one you got. No. Be purposeful in checking in with your toes. Inwardly, in your head, in your mind's eye view, in your soul, somewhere inwardly, count your toes. I know this may sound silly. It may sound peculiar. Y'all may think I done hit too much of my pen before the show today. All of that is fine, and y'all can laugh if you want. It's not silly. It's really this simple. Inwardly count your toes, mentally acknowledging each toe on each foot. Hey, big toe. Hey, little toe. Hey, 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 hey. Check in with any discomfort in your toes. Check in, recognize it, acknowledge it. The important part is fully feel your toes. Once you have been purposeful in checking in with your toes, once you've counted them and acknowledged each one and checked for any discomfort, and you fully felt your toes, fully own your toes. I got baby toes. They don't have the toenails. They got them claws that grow up like a damn pyramid. I own them. They're my toes. Once you have completed this exercise with your toes, complete 7 normal breaths. And a normal breath is just what I said. You know, you just seven normal breaths. Once you have completed those 7 normal breaths, move on to your arches and repeat the previous exercise. You know, be purposeful in checking in with your arches, inwardly acknowledge both arches, mentally acknowledging one on each foot. Check in with any discomfort in your arches, fully feel your arches. After you've done all of that, fully own them. 7 normal breaths. Next, move to your heels, repeat it. Then your calves, repeat it. Then your knees, repeat it. Then your thighs, repeat it. Then your hips, repeat it. Then your buttocks, then repeat it. Then your genitals, repeat. Then your stomach, repeat. Then your abdomen, repeat. Then your chest and heart, repeat. Then your shoulders, repeat. Then your upper arms, repeat. Then your elbows, repeat. Then your forearms and wrists, repeat. Then your hands, repeat. Then your fingers, repeat. Then your lower back, repeat. Then your upper back, repeat. Then your chin. No, then your neck. Oh, I typed next. Then your neck, and repeat. Then your chin, and repeat. Then your lips, then your tongue, then your teeth, then your nose, then your cheeks, then your eyes, then your ears, then your hair, if you have some on top of your head. I don't. Finishing up with your head. Every time, once you have completed that purposefulness and checking in, and if you have to count anything and acknowledge anything, and then you check for discomfort, you fully feel the area, you fully own it, and your 7 normal breaths after each one of those. Any questions? All right. Spend as much or as little time with each area and feel absolutely free to visit any other part of your body that you desire, such as organs, kidneys, liver, digestive tract, colon, bladder, etc., etc., etc. Wherever you want to go in your own body, it's yours. Take a look. Now, as you enter each part of your physical body, talk to it with affirming words of power and of healing and of natural health. Get to your toes and say, hey, what's up, toes? You can say this to yourself. You don't have to be as nutty as I am, and I'll say it out loud, but you can. Hey, what's up, toes? How y'all doing? Y'all got enough room in there? When you enter each part of your physical body, talk to it with affirming words of power and of healing and of natural health. Address your body parts with a sincere hello. Hello, toes. And then ask it if there are any home improvements it would like you to make. For instance, your stomach may say, not so heavy with the hot sauce, or buy some bigger in the waist pants. Something my stomach says to me every now and again. Your feet may say, don't take me for granted and buy some better shoes, or thanks for soaking us in Epsom salts. You will find that in some areas of your body, you will feel pleasant and comfortable. And in other areas, you will feel heavy, tense, or bored. The latter are probably areas where you have not fully and completely owned. Be very mindful of every area of your body and your corresponding feelings while you are there. Get this if you get nothing else. The first step in owning your body is recognizing the areas that you feel at home and comfortable in, as well as those areas that you are disconnected from. Once you have finished owning your body, complete a 7-7-7-7 breath sequence. Step 4, once you have completed the 7-7-7-7 breath sequence, in your mind's eye view, make a shadow version of yourself and shower it with tremendous love and appreciation energy. And then return to normal breathing. Do that astral float sequence for 2 minutes while you are showering your shadow version of yourself with this love and appreciation energy. And then step 5, after 2 minutes, dissolve this picture and complete the return back to now breathing sequence. You know, the 3 deep breaths while you're rubbing your hands together. And as always, when you have completed this exercise, immediately do something, let yourself know that you are real and back in the present. Stand up, wash your hands or face, clap your hands, snap your fingers, stomp your feet, find someone to hug, or have a cup of tea or a meal. And remember to be extra good to yourself for the remainder of the day. Any comments about owning your body? I know, Jolene, you want to say something about ownership of your body and some experience that you had today. Would you share that with us now? Oh, I guess you can't hear me. All right. I believe she will chime in when she can. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Was there anything confusing about that? Is there anything unexplained about the process, the exercise technique or method of owning your body. Nope. All right. Being well. Since healing implies that there is something that is in need of repair, most people will focus on what is wrong with the physical body instead of focusing on what is right with it. Contrary to popular belief, healing is not so much the practice of correcting what is wrong and not working as much as it is the practice of allowing what is natural to happen. There is a natural state of power, wellness, and awareness that these exercises will bring back into your control. These exercises, love this word, unindoctrinate you from those lessons from your childhood and growing up that are no longer appropriate and may be harmful and are not serving your highest good. Being well can be as simple as turning on what naturally works in, of, and for our physical bodies. And the following exercise technique and method will provide you with an assessment tool that will facilitate this turning on process. So again, always first thing we do, ground ourselves, center ourselves, open, close our chakras, that opening breath work meditation until you feel comfortable. This one, the second step in your mind's eye view, make a shadow version of yourself. And then once you created that shadow version of yourself, complete a 7-7-7-7 breath sequence. After you have completed the 7-7-7-7 breath sequence, step 3, search your sidereal, your astral light body aura, for areas that display healthy, radiant, vibrant, and clean golden energy. So what you're going to do is you make this shadow version of yourself and you get your shadow version in your mind's eye view just perfect and right. You complete that 7-7-7-7 breath sequence, and then you immediately search and look at your aura. And what we're looking for are the areas that have the healthy, radiant, vibrant, and clean golden energy. Now, once you have recognized this healthy, radiant, vibrant, and clean golden energy, step 4, raise the energy of the rest of your body to match the high energy of the healthy areas. With this part of the exercise, you are actually seeing, sensing, feeling, or imagining that the energy will rise and move upon your command, and that you allow it to rise or move as high or wherever you need it to go. Now, once you have filled your auric body in all those areas with that clean, that healthy, radiant, vibrant, clean, golden energy, then circulate that energy throughout your entire sidereal body, aura, and chakras as you complete a 2-minute astral float sequence. After 2 minutes, dissolve this picture and complete return back to the now breath sequence, the 3 deep breaths in through the nose while we rub our hands together. And, you know, the disclaimer after that, immediately do something, let yourself know you are real and back in the present. Stand up, wash your hands or face, clap your hands, snap your fingers, stomp your feet, find someone to hug or have a cup of tea or a meal. And remember to be extra good to yourself for the remainder of the day. Any comments? Nope. All right. And then finally, for today, letting go of illness. Now, I already know that just the sound of that is going to have some folk, maybe not nobody that's on here right now, but some folk hear that and they're going to be feeling some type of way, going to be looking at me crazy and funny. What you mean letting go of illness? It's in my body, man. What do you mean let it go? Stick around, I'm about to tell you. Being well is simply and essentially a matter of allowing yourself to be well. Let me say that again. And yes, it's simple. Being well is simply and essentially a matter of allowing yourself to be well. There are times when we just will not allow ourselves to be well. Regardless of what we think, feel, or believe, there are times when we just will not allow ourselves to be well. Sometimes we allow ourselves to get sick because there is something else we are actually wanting. Some seek attention or sympathy with illness, while others feign illnesses to get out of something they don't want to do. Anybody on here ever call in sick? You know you wasn't sick, but you called in sick because you didn't want to go to work? I did. Before I empowered myself, I would get on the phone and, hey, yeah, I'm sick, man. I can't come in. After I empowered myself and stopped giving a fuck, I would call my boss and say, hey, man, I'm not going to make it today. And he would say, what, are you sick? I say, no, I'm just not coming in. I don't feel like working today. I said, I got PTO. Take a wellness day. Sometimes we allow ourselves to get sick because there is something else we're actually wanting. Some seek attention or sympathy with illness, while others feign illness to get out of something they do not want to do. For whatever reason, being ill is not as pleasant or as easy a way to get what you actually want than by simply asking for it. Even though getting sick works temporarily and up to a point, however, it is rarely the most satisfying way to handle your desires. If you have an ailment, disease, or malady that you desire to get rid of, here it is. Here's the nugget of information. Just simply let it go. Just simply let go of it. If you have an ailment, disease, or malady that you desire to get rid of, just simply let go of it. Getting rid of something is an active approach which requires putting energy into the ailment, disease, or malady. Letting go of illness is as easy and simple as the opening or closing of your hand. I'm holding this pen. I let it go. Holding it, let it go. Letting go of illness is as easy and simple as the opening of your hand. The following is an exercise technique and method for the letting go of illness. As always, we ground ourselves, center ourselves, open and close our chakras, that opening breathwork meditation until you feel comfortable. Again, in your mind's eye view, make a shadow version of yourself. Once you have created this shadow version of yourself, do that 7-7-7-7 breath. After you've completed that 7-7-7-7 breath, you search your sidereal astral light body aura for areas that display your illness, ailment, dis-ease, or malady. See, it's a little different than the one before. These spots or areas or regions may appear in the color red, and they may also appear in other colors. Just ask to see, sense, feel, or imagine your illness, ailment, dis-ease, or malady, and the spots will appear where they're supposed to in appropriate colors. And just note that anything that lights up is going to be where an illness, ailment, dis-ease, or malady is, because that's what you are asking to see. So once you have identified all of the illness, ailment, dis-ease, and maladies, and all the spots and all the appropriate colors, I want you to step forward, fill each spot with helium. You know, helium, that shit that they put in those balloons at the Dollar Tree that stand up right here, and then you let it go and they go up in the sky. Helium. We all know what helium is. Fill each spot with your cosmic or sidereal or mind's eye view helium, and allow each spot to float like a balloon up and out of your aura into space where it will be neutralized. Once you have taken all the time, and you know, some folks, all the balloons will leave at once. Some they'll leave one by one. Some may even be hanging out, and you might have to mentally give it a nudge to get it to go. It just depends on the illness, ailment, dis-ease, or malady, and how you feel about it. Now, before I go any further, any illness, ailment, dis-ease, or malady that you do not want to let go, guess what? You will not let it go. You may not even see it when you ask to see, sense, feel, or imagine your illnesses, ailments, dis-ease, and maladies. Once all the balloons, once all of the spots filled with helium have floated up and out of your aura into space where it will be neutralized, immediately bring clean and healthy golden energy into your 7 chakras from the crown all the way down, and allow that golden and clean and healthy golden energy to fill up each and every spot that was lifted out of your aura. Remember, wherever we remove something, we must replace it with clean and healthy energy. If not, you know, nature abhors voids and vacuums, and something will come in there and fill it up. If you don't be mindful and fill it up with this golden healthy and clean energy. Bring the clean and healthy golden energy into your 7 chakras and allow it to fill up each and every spot that was lifted out of your aura. Once you have completed this exercise, complete a 7-7-7 breath sequence. After the 7-7-7 breath sequence, circulate this energy throughout your entire sidereal body, aura, and chakras as you complete a 2-minute astral float sequence. After 2 minutes, dissolve the picture and complete the return back to the now breath sequence. Those 3 deep breaths while rubbing your hands together. And again, when you've completed this exercise, immediately do something to let yourself know that you are back, that you are real and back in the present. Stand up, wash your hands or face, clap your hands, snap your fingers, stomp your feet, find someone to hug or have a cup of tea or a meal. And remember to be extra, extra, extra good to yourself for the remainder of the day. Any comments, any questions on owning your body, being well, or letting go of illness? Jolene, you with us? Unmute yourself if you are. I would like for you to share your experience that you had today with the rest of the class. Maybe she's just listening. She had a really, really profound experience with her body and owning some things. And I'm gonna leave that for her to share with you. I'm sure that she will share it with us when she is able to unmute herself and get on the line. It may be another class, but it was really, really vital and important. Any comments? Anybody have any comments about owning your body, being well, and letting go? We will be having Saturday's show will be more of a wrap up. We'll be closing out Master Self Chakra Consciousness, at least this portion of it, as we segue into Mastered Self Natural Health. That is what we will be beginning to discuss, learn, and perform starting next week, Tuesday or Thursday. Any comments, any questions, any concerns, any complaints, anything? Nope. If there will be nothing, this has been On the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into your mastered self. And I guarantee you, if you make On the 7's with Pyephreius B Metatron a part of your soul's journey, somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. Please keep coming back so that we can continually unlock the cosmic code of your name and birthday so that you can start happening to life instead of allowing life to happen to you. And as always, whenever I say goodbye, it does not mean forever. It just means until our next show. And our next show will be Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So until Saturday, I wish everybody peace, love, joy, and bliss. And I will see you all on the other side of Friday. Peace, love, joy, and ciao.